Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Monday, September 12th. Well, we have a very informative show for you today. First, we'll be meeting with Keith Hiller and Dan McIntosh and Promoting Peace Conference. And then later on, we'll be on location with Sign Pro and Auto Trim Designs and learn all about that business. First, though, before we go on with the show, we want to welcome a new sponsor to the Owatonna Today Show, and we'd like to welcome Cedar Valley Services. So if you see them out and about, tell them we're glad to have them aboard. And then also, Owatonna Today welcomes your comments and suggestions on guests and show topics. You can do so by emailing us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by contacting our show's producer, Leanne Alt, at 390-5751. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back to learn all about the Promoting Peace Conference. So please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
United Way of Steele County has kicked off the 2016 campaign. This year's corporate campaign leader is Go for Sport. Our goal is $700,000. Be part of the change you want to see in the community. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we have here Chief of Police Keith Hiller. And then here we have the County Attorney, Dan McIntosh.
Morning.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome.
And we're so glad to have you. And you're here for such a good topic today. But before we get into that, Keith, why don't you explain a little bit about yourself and what you do here in Owatonna?
Well, since 2010, I'm proud to be the police chief in the city of Owatonna. And I'm really proud to be part of things like Promoting Peace, our second annual Promoting Peace Conference that's going to occur in the city of Owatonna and also in the city of Waseca. And it's open to all multidisciplinary professionals and also the community at large.
So your job as chief of police isn't just managing the police department in that you just manage the men and all the programs there. You also do a lot in the community, it sounds like.
Yes, I'm kind of an advocate for the men and women within the police department, and anytime we can improve upon our skills and tools, fill our tool chest with additional skills to enhance investigating crimes and making our community safer and protecting our victims, I'm all for it.
Great. And Dan, could you tell a little bit about what you do?
Sure, I've been in the county attorney's office since 2001, been county attorney since 2010. And like Keith, we have a lot of work within the office, but I feel really an obligation to do these extra things out in the community that directly impact on people's safety and well-being. I think Keith and I both believe that we're very fortunate to have the positions we have, and so we want to do these extra things to try to promote well-being, promote peace in this situation, and do what we can to help the community. So it's a great partnership between our offices, our departments, as well as the other agencies that are involved here.
And just just give us a little taste of what the county attorney outside of these special areas does.
Sure. Well, we're the legal counsel for Steele County. So Steele County has a number of departments and the county board, so we advise them, and then we're the chief criminal prosecutor for things that go on within Steele County. So we get referrals from law enforcement, and then we pursue those cases in court as we see fit. And that would also include child protection, adult protection type cases. So we don't represent any individuals. It's all public work on behalf of the county or the state.
So what a great person to have working with you on this, or working together on the Promoting Peace Conference, because he has insight for the county and you have insight here and through your connections. So tell us, what is the Promoting Peace Conference for those that may not know, Keith?
Well, I think we should probably give some shout outs to our district court judge, Karen Duncan, really kind of is leading this charge and this initiative. And then there's a lot of partners. It's the county attorney's office, it's the Owatonna Police Department, it's the Waseca Police Department, it's CADA, it's Fernbrook, it's Alina Hospital. It's a lot of partners that get together to put on a very comprehensive process, conference such as the Promoting Peace Conference.
Could you please, for our viewers, explain what is CADA? What does the CADA stand for?
It's our, I was afraid you might ask that. It's an advocacy group that is designed to help domestic abuse victims, survivors of domestic abuse, provide them with a whole host of services to help them recover in a successful way.
Okay. Dan, being the county attorney, do you see a big need here for this type of conference?
Yeah, we see it in a couple different facets. One is just through the child protection system. A lot of these cases are started with some type of referral, either anonymous or not, to a child protection agency, which here is Minnesota Prairie. Those referrals have never been higher. And that doesn't necessarily mean there's more going on, but these types of cases have been more publicized and there's more information out there, so people are reporting more, which was the goal. We want to have good reports so we can follow up on those. Then we also see them through our criminal cases. In one way is when children are directly the victims of a crime, maybe it's a domestic assault or a burglary, some violent act, or if they're a witness and present when some other violent act goes on. And then the other way it is when just things are going on in the home, such as chronic chemical use, chronic mental illness. All of these things kind of fall under the category of an adverse childhood experience or an adverse childhood event, and research shows that those things have a lasting impact later into life. And so knowing that these things are going on and we see them come in from different areas, the Promoting Peace Conference this year is aimed at those adverse childhood experiences and how we can recognize them, prevent them, and do something about them if they do occur.
Okay. Keith, this is covered over an area, you said Waseca, and where else in the area?
Waseca County and Steele County.
Okay. And you had said, what was the number you estimated in cases?
Well, we're probably well over 500 reported cases. Now, that doesn't mean that all of them are sustained or screened in by either law enforcement or human services or a combination of both. However, that's the number of reports. So we get a considerable number of reports that come through our office on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. So the advocacy groups that you mentioned that would be good, you want to extend an invitation to who else out there to come to this conference?
Well, as the county attorney indicated, the community at large.
Mm-hmm.
What type of trauma adverse effects are our children experiencing, and how do those experiences impact them in life? And if we can cut off those experiences and or recognize them at an early stage or early onset, we can prevent lifelong impact to the children and families.
Now, you all did this conference last year, and what did you come away with from the conference? What did you learn?
Well, for myself, personally, I came away with the neuroscience piece of it, the brain, the limbic portion of the brain, and then the prefrontal cortex. And a lot of times when you deal with trauma, like a victim of a sexual assault, as an investigator, you're looking for details and details and details. Whereas a victim of a sexual assault is really using the limbic portion of their brain, and they're really trying to survive. So they might pick a portion out in the corner of the room and just stare at it, and that's all they're able to give you. Where the prefrontal cortex allows you to process things, get finite detail, recollection. And if you're fearing for your life, and you're just trying to survive, you might not be able to provide that. We need to be patient, give them time, give them sleep cycles, and then come back at later dates and get pieces of the story to try to bring recollection to the entire event.
And this is all in interviewing children, correct?
No, children, adults. Yeah, we all process differently, but based on our life experiences, if we fear for our lives, we're going to go right to that limbic portion of the brain, and we might not have a lot of peripheral detail as we're trying to recall the event.
Interesting. And Dan, did you come away with anything different, or
Yeah, I
in
think
addition?
our office, we were able to put some of what Keith is saying right into practice. So when we're dealing with a victim who's been through some violent event, sometimes when you talk to folks who have been through something like that, their responses don't make sense when you're not in that moment. So we had to kind of just take a step back and say, what have they gone through? Are there some science-based, neurologically based reasons why they're remembering this a certain way or not remembering other details? And then we've also been able to look into expert witnesses to help explain that if we have to explain it to a court or to a jury. So it was extremely helpful last year, and we're going to have similar people this year talking about child psychology, how children process trauma and how it's different than adults maybe. So there's a, like I said before, there's a good educational component of this that helps to frame all of the actions we can take afterwards.
Some of the interviewing methods that are learned here, it is a process, correct?
Yeah, and that's what Dan was referring to, and it's that child first, that child-centered approach, and we're going to have experts talk about the cognitive, behavior, and social aspects of interviewing children, and the importance of having a safe, comfortable environment for children, and then approaching that. From a cognitive perspective, children perceive and know things differently than adults do. Their behavior, their social environment, what's going on in their family environment, is there any dysfunction? Why are they not reporting? Is there fear, apprehension? All of that will take place during the Promoting Peace Conference, and that'll be another tool for people to put in their toolbox and grow within their profession.
So if they attend this, they'll understand better what's going on and how to interview people and make them comfortable and get the right information and help them. Is that correct?
That's right.
At the same time. So when is the Promoting Peace Conference taking place?
It's Thursday, September 29th here in Owatonna at Trinity Lutheran Church. The registration starts at 8:30 in the morning. There is a free lunch, and anyone with either social work or law enforcement or legal education credits, we have applied for those, and we should get continuing education credits approved as well.
Okay, great. And if they wanted to address a website, where would they go?
It's through eventbrite.com, and it's the Promoting Peace 2016 tickets.
Okay. And what kind of attendance are you expecting?
Well, we're hoping to have a full house.
Okay, good. Okay.
That's what I can tell you.
Well, we appreciate all you do. We wish you continued success, and thank you for all the extra things you do for our community. We appreciate you both very much.
Sure. Thanks for having us.
We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be on location at Auto Trim and Design, and we'll see you there.
Hi, Eric here from Owatonna Senior Place. Participate in one of the many active fitness classes we have, or hop on the bus for one of our great day trips. We have a variety of programs and activities happening throughout the week. Our goal at Senior Place is to create positive moments for you at a reasonable and affordable price. Don't forget the Senior Place Partnership Program, with over 40 businesses giving discounts and incentives to you for being a Senior Place member. Contact us for more details. Live full, live well, live long.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
I'm Dan Branstad of Carlson Branstad & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
At Triumph Graphics, we think beyond ink. That's why you should make us your source for creative concept, design, print, mail, and web. Check us out today at triumphgraphics.com.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Cedar Valley Services, located at the corner of Rose and Grove in Owatonna, provides an array of services for people with disabilities in Steele County. CVS thanks the entire community, especially our business customers, for supporting us in Owatonna for 43 years. Thank you from CVS.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We are on location at Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design, and we're here visiting with Rich Voss, the owner. Welcome to the program, and thank you for having us.
Welcome to the showroom.
Rich, why don't you share a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in business here?
Well, I am a native of Owatonna, lived in California for 20 years. We moved back and bought this business. And we've been here for 12 years. Always something new. Every day is something new here.
Now, how long have you been at this location?
We've been here for 12 years. Sign Pro started out as a franchise many years ago, and it's no longer a franchise. So it's our own business. We kept all the logo and things to look like other Sign Pros in America.
And what is Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design? What exactly is it?
We have two businesses here. We all work together, same employees. Sign Pro makes signs of almost anything you can think of, from vehicles to reader boards and big signs. Auto Trim is a more hidden shop where we do a lot of convertible tops, we do upholstery, we do interiors, we do window tint, we do spray in bed liners, put a chrome on almost any vehicle. So we do a lot of vehicles there, and people don't know about that part of our business as much because it's not quite as visible. But we do a lot of that.
Okay. And your scope of business, it's the autos, but it's signs as well?
Yep. Okay. Here at the Sign Pro side of the business, we do anything from a parking sign to the side of a bus to the side vehicle wraps. Anything that lit signs, the big LED signs. We will do almost anything from a business card to a billboard. Billboard's a little too big for us, but almost anything under that we can handle.
Okay. So would you encourage anyone that's in a business to give you a jingle and see what you might have in store for them?
Yeah, if you have a business, we can help you with your advertising, especially on your vehicle. You can go from something kind of subtle, some just white lettering on your window that says who you are, to something about like mine that's a big billboard, totally wrapped with reflective vinyl, and everybody knows who you are that way. Mm-hmm. Anything else you might need in your store for signage or any kind of labeling, we can help with that. Okay. We've gained a lot in the last few years doing things for some of the companies here in the business park with decals for all their equipment that they put out on all their things. They all need a decal saying which part this was or how to use it. So we do a lot of those for some of the companies here now.
Would you say that technology is a factor in your business?
Technology has been a huge change in the last 10 years, where you used to paint signs with paint or use a one color vinyl and have to put layer after layer to change the layers. Now we have giant printers and laminators where most of the time we print things now. Print them all out on special vinyls that are used for different things, from vehicles to any old sign. Depending on what you use it for, we have an application for it.
Now, how many staff do you actually have here, employees?
We have 5 of us here all the time now.
Okay. And do you feel that you have to have continuing ed in the techniques throughout each year?
Yeah, especially on the computer side of it, the software is updated constantly. There's always a new program coming out that we need to learn how to use. There's always new equipment that has a little bit different application. So we keep up on those kinds of things quite a bit.
Which keeps you busy, keeps you in demand.
It keeps Brandon busy. He's our technology guy, so he likes to learn about all the new kinds of things and incorporate them for us.
Let's look up on your board here. You have a display of a lot of the talent that comes out of SignPro. And let's focus for a minute on that van. Could you explain what is on that van and how it's applied?
The van was just a basic white passenger van for the Steele County Veterans Association. They wanted something that when they transport patients up to the VA, that everybody knew who they were. So we came up with the theme of the American flag with an eagle flying in, and all the logos from all the different service branches on it. So it's wrapped in a wrap vinyl, and then the windows are covered with a perforated vinyl, so you can see out from the windows, but you can't see in the windows. So the design stays on it. That one gets a lot of attention when they take it up Interstate 35.
Was that custom designed for them?
Yep.
By one of your people?
Yep, everything we do is always custom. So we'll work with our customers and proof things back and forth to them with different ideas. Often with a van like that, we'll take a picture of their van and then superimpose what the graphic is going to look like on it, so that they know exactly what they're going to get. And when the job is all done, it does look just like the picture we sent them.
Wow.
So it's really a good way of knowing what you're getting.
Now, when that's applied to the vehicle, how does it come, the sheets or the...
Those sheets come as just plain white vinyl. We have to come up with all the ideas for the artwork. So then our large format printer can print it. Then it's laminated with a laminate to make that vinyl last 7 years or so without fading very much. And then it's a real trick, real art to get it down on all the hinges and door handles and things like that.
I'm just thinking the challenges I've had in putting up wallpaper throughout the years. You get one air bubble in that, it's hard to overcome.
It can be really a challenge, and that's why we try to do them here in our shop instead of at somebody else's shop hundreds of miles away. In case we do have a problem, we can reprint part of it.
Wow.
To do it, but it takes quite a while to get the hang of how the vinyl stretches and adheres and how to get it to fit into different spots just right.
In the application process, the actual act of covering the van, once everything's printed up, how many staff or employees does it take to do that?
Well, we'll start with 3 of us, and then once the sheet is basically on the vehicle, everybody takes a different section and works around the door handles and the windows and the hinges and things. So it takes about 3 of us about 2 days total to do the install on that. Let alone there's many hours of design. Takes about a day to print everything.
Well, and if you were to walk in here and see this board, there's a lot of signs that we see in town, and now we know where they were created.
we do a lot all over town. Besides vehicles, we've done a lot of awnings this summer, where we will help to get awnings recovered. It's kind of one of those things that we don't talk about much, but we do those. We do any kind of LED lit letters. We're doing a lot of those this summer on some of the new businesses here in town. Those look really nice.
And you do, say a new business comes to town or would like a card done, they could get their office cards done as well?
I don't do business cards.
Okay.
But we surely can help you if you come in and go, I'd like to have such and such kind of a logo. We can help you with the graphic idea on the logo. And then give it to you.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about, you seem passionate about what you do, and I have to say what a fun lobby you have here, and there's so much to look at. Everybody should stop in. But where are we sitting right now, and what are we sitting in, and what are we sitting in front of, Rich?
Well, I tend to be a little bit of a collector of some Minnesota nostalgia. So we're sitting in some old dome seats that before they blew it up, they let me come down right onto the field and loaded me up with some seats. So I have pictures of my truck sitting in the dome on the turf and everything. So then we designed a wall to go with it with all my favorite Vikings players. And then over to my right is just great memories of some Metropolitan Stadium seats that we got and refurbished a little bit to make them look
Well, how apropos of a lobby as we're sitting in these seats and the Vikings have their last preseason tonight.
Yep.
So that's great. And you're quite a fan.
I tend to be more of a fan than I should be.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then, once again, why don't you let everyone know where you're located, your business hours, and what else you'd like them to know about Sign Pro?
Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design is located on Old Highway 14, a mile west of Walmart here in Owatonna. We do signage, almost any kind of signage. If you have an old tractor or snowmobile that you'd like to have the graphic recreated on, that they don't make them anymore, we can do that. So everything is very custom. If you have a vehicle that needs upholstery repaired, we do that. If you have a convertible that the top is torn or just needs a new one, we do that. Spray and bed liners, window tint, all kinds of chrome accessories. We'll do almost anything.
And what are your hours of operation?
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. So if there's a need, call you first, and you'll let them know if you can or can't do it, correct?
Absolutely. We'll look at any job.
Okay.
Oh, and one thing, Rich did the windows behind the Owatonna Today Show set.
Oh, okay. So you did, well, thank you for doing that. They're really good. Well, great. And they did a nice job. They look so real. They look like real stained glass.
They do.
Yeah, so good job.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you guys out.
We wish you continued success, Rich.
Thank you.
Okay. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Rich from Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design, a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. Come and see us for all your sign and truck accessory needs.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We hope you enjoyed visiting with Rich Voss down at Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design. Well, it's that very special time in the program when we share what's going on in our community, and so I'm going to read those at this time. Promoting Peace Conference, Adverse Childhood Experiences from Understanding to Action, Thursday, September 29th at Trinity Lutheran Church. This program is free and open to everyone thanks to the generosity of our sponsors. To view event schedule and register, go to www.evenbright.com. The Festival of Trees, Advocates for Developmental Disabilities of Steele County invites you to support our programs by participating in our 26th annual Festival of Trees. We hope you will purchase a tree and become a corporate sponsor or make a monetary donation for our Festival of Trees fundraisers. One of the greatest joys is the gift of giving and knowing your contribution is being used for individuals with developmental disabilities in Steele County. Please call Advocates for Developmental Disabilities at 451-9769. Courage Kenny Rehabilitation Institute and Owatonna Hospital is offering a free program designed to help older adults manage falls and increase activity levels. A Matter of Balance, Managing Concerns About Falls includes 8 two-hour sessions for a small group led by a trained facilitator. Classes are held Wednesday and Friday each week for our 4 weeks, beginning September 14th from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. at Owatonna Hospital, 2250 Northwest 26th Street in Owatonna. For more information or to register, visit wellness.alinahealth.org/events or call 507-977-2177. The City Archery Deer Hunt will take place November 1st through December 20th. The registration deadline is September 15th, and registration forms may be found at the Parks and Recreation Office as well as on the website. A $10 non-refundable application fee is due at the time of registration. All hunters must be at least 18 years old, and no crossbows are allowed. And then on Saturday, September 17th, the 4th annual fundraising event for Children Remembered Orphanage Legacy Trust will be held on the State School Orphanage grounds and West Hill Circle on Minnesota from 2 to 5 p.m., and that's 540 West Hill Circle. Well, we want to thank you for joining us today, and we hope you'll join us on Wednesday when our guests will be the Owatonna Public Utilities and the Steele County Humane Society. Until then, have a great day, and we'll see you on Wednesday.